Welcome to Center for Integrated Robotics Research and Development. In this video, we will be looking at the components inside our CIRRD Robotics Training Kit, which can be used for a number of robotics projects, including the ones mentioned in our syllabus in our website. So now let's take a look inside the box, shall we? Firstly, we have our development board. Now this development board is named Nano Rob version 1. This development board was designed and fabricated by the CIRRD research team and is a multi-purpose development board which can be used for a number of projects. Now let's take a closer look inside our development board. The brain of our development board is the Arduino Nano, which is positioned here. The Arduino Nano is an open source programmable development board and it uses an Atmega 328 microcontroller. It has 14 digital input-output ports and 8 analog input-output ports. Aside from this, it operates at a clock frequency of 16 MHz and it essentially serves as an 8-bit microcontroller. Now let's take a look at the rest of our development board. So this development board has 2 ports dedicated for IR sensors over here, and it has a dedicated port for ultrasonic sensors as well. Aside from this, it has a dedicated port for our Bluetooth module and an I2C port. We also have our VCC and ground pins here. Now we also have 4 pins which are for programmable operation of the 4 LEDs which you see here. We also have 2 ports for our motors and for interfacing with motors, and we also have a dedicated motor driver IC which is L293D. Now regarding how to power our development board, well, you can do it with a 9-volt power supply which can be fed in here, or a 9 to 12 volt adapter which can be given here. And that's about all you'll need to know about our development board. Next in our kit, we have our BO motor, or battery operated motor. We have 2 BO motors in our kit. This is an I-shaped BO motor. It has a speed of 60 RPM at 9 volt. It also has an operational voltage of 6 to 12 volt, and it can be driven using our L293D motor driver IC. Next in our kit, we have a B-type mini USB cable. This cable is used to interface our development board with our PC, and we can program our development board from Arduino IDE. Moving on into our kit, this is the chassis for our robot. This provides the base on which our robot will be mounted. And the rest of our components are fairly simple. We have 2 wheels, and as you know, wheels are used for the movement of our robot. We have black insulation tape. We have a roll of double-sided tape. We have 3 types of jumper wires. We have the male to male jumper wires, the male to female jumper wires, and the female to female jumper wires. Next in our kit, we have a mini breadboard. We have 2 battery connectors. We have a screwdriver, and now we move on to some of the smaller components in our kit. In this kit, as you can see, we have 2 L clamps, we have a caster wheel, and we have 2 clamps which are used for our motor. Next in our kit, we have spacers. We have 2 types of spacers in our kit as well. We have 1-inch spacers and 1/4 inch spacers. You will be able to differentiate them from the visible length. And moving on to the last and smallest components in our kit, in this tiny cover, we have a series of our smallest components. We have an LED, we have an LDR or light dependent resistor, and we have 2 small switches. And that pretty much covers everything in our CIRRD Robotics Training Kit. To know more about it, do visit www.cirrd.com.